Squarespace, from websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. There are no hidden fees or price hikes, and all websites are optimized for mobile, and it's so simple. Start with a design template and use drag and drop tools to make it your own. Head to squarespace.com/idiot for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, use the offer code IDIOT to save 10% off your first purchase. Your first purchase. These fucking Invisalign been kicking my ass. Now let's start the show.
How long you got to do the Invisalign?
I don't know, man.
I think you're about to tap out, huh?
I think I'm about to tap out. I
You
don't
tapped
care,
out
bro.
before.
I'm ready to just get the veneers. Everybody else got the big fake joints.
Yeah, why not just get the veneers?
Well, I couldn't get the veneers because I had a tooth in the back that was crooked.
Yeah.
And she tried to straighten that, so she just ended up pulling it. So now I just got the veneers on to straighten that out, and then the Invisalign to straighten that out. Then she's gonna add the veneers in later.
Oh, so you have to do this in order to get the veneers?
Yes. Yeah. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, he's
Steve
a beast.
Harvey.
Did you see that clip that
He's
was
not
going
a
around?
businessman. He's a businessman.
Did you see that clip with the cars?
Oh, that he said, "Why do I buy all these cars?" I think that was on Earn Your Leisure, wasn't he?
Maybe. I
I
don't
remember.
know. He was like, why do I buy all these
I didn't watch it. I saw the headline.
He said something about, why do I buy all these nice cars? Because if I go broke, like, they'd be nice to sleep in or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I didn't watch that
Yeah.
because I'm not into cars.
Yeah.
You know how people say they not into cars? Because, when you don't have no money and, like, you see a Phantom go by, a Bentley go by, and you be like, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I never buy that. But you can't afford it. You know how you really don't give a fuck about that shit?
What?
When you can afford it.
And you don't care.
And still don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let me hear the clip. I never heard this. I watched this interview too and don't remember this part.
People ask me all the time, man, why you buy such expensive cars? Cars, if this all go away one day and I got to go back to living in a car,
Hilarious.
it's gonna be that gonna be nice. Phantom, I'm being a Phantom. I'm in the backseat of a Phantom.
You want to sleep in the side of the road?
Stretched out with a refrigerator. I got a refrigerator in there. I got lights in the ceiling. That's what I'm gonna be homeless in.
You think people forget Steve Harvey's a comedian?
No. Too legendary.
You
Too
sure?
legendary. Dude, the Kings of Comedy was so legendary.
Classic.
Maybe the youth, they never ended up seeing it.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah. How was your week?
How was my week? I don't know. Uneventful?
Uneventful?
Yeah.
Same. Yeah.
Al just celebrated his birthday.
I saw him, man. He had a dress on Instagram.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
That was a dress.
No, I didn't.
What was it?
That was me at Burning Man.
But it was still a dress.
It wasn't a dress. It was actually a skirt. I mean, you gotta get it right, Charlotte. Come on, bro. Sequence.
It looked good though.
What do you think about that? Do you think that like men will be more, will embrace the cross-dressing a little bit more?
I think they already have.
There's no more gender. There's no more anything.
Oh my God.
What?
I guess, man. There's still gender.
If there's no gender, why do we have pronouns?
I have no idea. I don't understand any of this shit. Ayanna Von Zant was on Breakfast Club and she gave the best answer.
What'd she say?
She said, I don't understand any of it, so I don't speak on it. And that's how I feel, unless I just feel like something's, totally unfair. Like we had the, what happened? You saw the school in Vermont, right?
What happened?
The Vermont high school, the girls' high school team boycotted a game with a trans player and they got banned from tournaments. Like I'm reading it now. A Vermont school that refused to play against an opposing basketball team with a trans player won't be able to participate in future tournaments, the Vermont Principals Association announced on Monday. Mid-Vermont Christian School forfeited the game on February 21st in an out-of-state tournament against Long Trail School. We withdrew from the tournament because we believe playing against an opponent with a playing an opponent with a biological male jeopardizes the fairness of the game and the safety of our players. That is what the head of the school, Vicky Fogg, said in a statement obtained by The Guardian.
Yo, I don't know who this guy was, and my bad, I'm not remembering what your name is, but there's a comic that had a joke about, he goes, I'm okay with trans women competing in women's sports as long as I could bet on it. That shit was fire.
That is hilarious.
Bro, and that literally will be what changes everything.
Yeah.
Because once you can gamble on it and we know who's going to win every single time, what I think is the betting agencies will say you can't bet on it.
Yeah.
And once you can't bet on the sports, they'll stop sponsoring these huge events. And when they stop sponsoring these huge events, the events will start to go, well, we need that sponsorship money. It's got to come from somebody. And then they'll say, sorry, you can no longer compete because we don't have this money coming in. It hasn't hit the pockets just yet.
Yeah.
Once it hits the pockets, everybody gets settled.
That's going to change everything because clearly listening to women isn't.
Ooh,
You know
what does
I
that
mean?
mean?
That means that, they tell us to listen to women in regards to everything else.
What would you rather do? Watch women's sports or listen to women?
I like watching women's sports. I love women's basketball.
All right, well,
I tell
that's
you
the
that all
answer to the
time.
question. It's not like I was trying to be sexist or anything like that. That's a perfect answer to the question right there. You answered it perfectly. I just gave you an ultimatum.
I like doing both.
Gun to your head.
to my
Listen
head.
to a woman or watch them play sports.
Listen to a woman.
And when I say sports, I'm not talking about like porn. I'm talking about like basketball, golf. You know what I mean?
This
Like,
crazy.
Listen to a woman.
Yeah.
But it has nothing to do with the sports. It's the fact that if I had to choose one, I'm going to choose listening to women because listening to women has gotten me very far in life.
yes, it has.
Yes. Listening to women has gotten me very far.
100%.
So I would definitely listen to women.
What's the best advice you ever got from a woman?
Honestly, the best advice I ever got from a woman was listen more, talk less.
Ooh.
Listen more, talk less. And I mean, it depends what woman you talk about. Like my mom, of course, have given me great advice, but one of the things that she told me when I was young, read things that don't pertain to you. I remember a woman named Darcy Alexander telling me something that stuck with me once I had kids. She was talking to me about relationships, and she was telling me about, like, we talking about our significant others, and she was like, you think you love your girlfriend now. You'll really know if you love her once you have kids. Because when you have kids, you experience love on like the purest level.
Mm-hmm.
And if you love your significant other like that, then that's really, really love. And I feel that way. I love my wife the way I love my daughters. You know what I mean? So I mean, I've gotten too much good advice from women over the years. But I was saying, like with this, what you said is probably the
Would
answer.
you like to know my best advice I ever
What's
got
the best
from a
advice you
woman?
got from women?
I remember, I think I was like 26 years old, and this girl said to me, I got to get the phrasing right. She said, wrong hole. So that was good advice that I got.
Great advice. Great advice.
Yeah, because I could have had a dick full of shit.
Yeah, there you go.
But then I didn't.
Instead, you gave her a vagina full of dick,
Woo!
and you got a nut.
Damn, dude, that was fire. The way you flipped that, there were so many things you could have got wrong. But you're a master of the English language right there. That was
man.
incredible. Shout out Larsa Pippen, though.
But salute to all the women. No, I'm just saying salute to all the women, though, because nobody's clearly listening to women.
They need to listen to women, yo.
When women say, this isn't fair.
It isn't fair.
They
Wait, what?
know. When women say it's not fair for them to go against people who were born biologically male. They tell us to listen to women in regards to everything else.
Yeah.
But when it comes to them saying this isn't fair, we all got to shut the fuck up.
100%.
That makes zero sense to me. And I think that that Vermont team is absolutely right. If they're saying that allowing biological males to participate in women's sports sets a bad precedent for the future of women's sports in general, if they're saying it's not fair, if they're saying it's not safe, who are we to tell them otherwise?
You know what's funny is like anytime I talk to anybody trans about this issue, they're like, this is the least of our concern.
I agree.
Like every trans person I talk about this, they're like, playing sports is the least of our concern.
Yeah.
We're trying to not get killed for no reason. We're trying to not get beat up in the streets for no reason.
Yeah.
We're trying to make sure that we can get like apartments and like the building won't stop us from being able to live there. But being able to play volleyball in middle school or high school, or wherever the hell it happens, or college is not our number one on our list of priorities.
No, I get it. It's gonna be this is gonna be interesting when this translates to other areas though. When like, it goes into corporate America and you have executives who have to, check off boxes and, put women in these C-suites. And they were like, they check off the box by putting, just men saying, "Hey, I identify as a woman." You know what I mean?
I mean, I would do that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
I can see people being that devious.
100%.
You know, especially in corporate
A
America.
guy did that, and I think El Salvador in a divorce.
Really?
Yeah, he's like, I identify as a woman so I can get my kids.
No.
Yeah.
And he got the kids.
And he
too.
got the kids.
No.
100%. 100%.
See what I'm saying?
You can't take kids away from their mother.
That's what I'm saying. That's what's gonna happen when it gets to like that corporate American stuff. That's when people are gonna
Yo,
start
did
being
Trump
like,
get
"Whoa,
arrested? We're recording this on Tuesday. Did he get arrested yet or
Trump's
not?
not getting arrested, guys. Come on."
Don't do this. Don't do this.
What?
Don't do this.
He's not getting arrested,
Don't
guys. Come
do
on.
this. Somebody go find
Are
the video
you
where I said
fucking
these
serious?
exact words to Charlamagne, and you were saying he's getting arrested. I'll bet any
I
amount of
said
money.
this 3 years ago. I put it like this.
Hold on.
If they indict a former president, it's not gonna be for these charges. These charges are weak as fuck, bro.
Hold on. But you did say
This guy.
that you did say that he was going to get arrested, and I was like, they won't arrest a former president.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I don't see it happening, bro. This man, I can't change my mind upon further
you
review.
said it with so much conviction, though.
I believed in the checks and balances. I believed that nobody is above the law. Teflon Don has proven me wrong until further notice. And I still don't think that they'll do it.
I don't think they'll do it either.
If he's got all of these federal charges he's facing, right? Merrick Garland. We already know the classified documents shit. You might as well throw that out. They done got caught everybody with classified documents. That's out the window.
I thought it was some taxes in New York that they wanted to catch him on.
That's still open.
That's still open.
Yeah,
still open?
they're still investigating that one.
Oh, I didn't see that one.
But every one of these rich motherfuckers breaks the law with taxes.
But
And man, if you
basically, they're saying that this small thing is just to hold him, and then there's going to be a bunch of other charges.
They're saying
everywhere.
this shit is a misdemeanor.
Nah, what
No,
they
I know. This is
saying-
just like-
what they saying is Trump, don't run for president.
Yeah.
That's what they saying.
But
And
so-
he not getting the message.
So why make him bigger? You know what this shit is, man? You remember in Endgame when Thanos got hit in the chest? And he's like, you should have went for the head.
Yeah,
if it's
yeah.
not a headshot,
Yeah.
don't do it.
So rumor is that a bunch of charges are going to start dropping from everywhere around the country. So
They said New York,
the Atlanta ballot
Georgia,
shit.
and the federal charges. That's only 5. I heard 5 solid ones.
That's a lot.
Not really, because this shit is a misdemeanor. Like, yo,
Yeah, you really need more than this to arrest a president.
yes.
bro.
And they talk about that. They talk about indicting him, but not handcuffing him. Yo, all you're doing is making him bigger. I guarantee you,
that
over
happened.
the last couple of days, all you've seen is so many donations going to Trump shit.
I mean, that is 100% right. If you arrest him and he gets off, he's president guaranteed.
They say this is they say
I
this
think-
right here in New York is already a guaranteed misdemeanor. And I'm gonna tell you what else is fucked
Guaranteed
up about
misdemeanor?
it. Yes.
Yeah, like it won't be a felony.
They say it won't be a felony.
But I'm saying even putting him through this process is going to be enough to galvanize
Yeah.
Already
every
happening.
person who is anti-establishment, because this is abuse of power from the establishment.
Already happening, man. People that I've talked to, somebody sent me this.
It's not
They was
abuse
like,
of power.
You don't think?
Nah,
They said
because
what?
like he actually did these crimes. It's just usually
they don't
in
know
the
if this
past
is a
they would-
crime though.
Nah, it is though.
They don't know if this is a crime because they said that somebody sent me this yesterday. It was like, this isn't like, one of the mobsters with tax evasion. It's more like one of the mobsters stealing a carton of cigarettes when he was on the come up.
Nah, so the DA never really charges people unless they know they can win. Like their success rate is crazy high.
Yeah,
So they've been investigating this one for so long, and
threw it out, though. They threw it out years
but this
ago.
is just they used campaign funds to pay off Stormy Daniels allegedly.
They can't prove if it was actual campaign
If
funds.
the lawyer starts talking, they can.
I don't think that's gonna happen. buddy.
So here, now it's all contingent on the lawyer. So they're going to try to put as much pressure as they possibly can.
Yeah.
But eventually it's going to seem like, I don't know.
By the way, we don't even know if the DA really wants to press charges.
Well, that's the thing.
This came from Trump.
Yeah,
Trump put this out there.
Oh, that's
Trump's
interesting.
team said we haven't heard from the DA's office. Trump put this out
Wait a
there.
minute. So Trump, oh, wow. He has to be looked at as the victim. He has to be looked at as
Yes.
the underdog. So he's putting this information out
Yes.
so people come to his aid and his support. They're afraid of me. They don't want me to run. Look at this. They're trying to arrest me. They're trying to lock me up because they know that I can win. He was cold in these streets. Everybody was on DeSantis.
He wasn't. No, they weren't.
Not everybody was
Bro,
on
the
DeSantis.
GOP primary polls got Trump winning
Way ahead.
by a landslide. I don't know why we keep saying this. I keep telling. How you sleeping on your boy?
Let me clarify. Let me re-say what I'm saying. Yes, I believe he does win the primary, but the energy in the Republican Party was towards DeSantis. It seemed like the Republican Party wanted DeSantis to win. That big guy who owns a Citadel, what's his name? It's the hedge fund Citadel. Look that up real quick. Ken Griffin.
Ken Griffin.
I think Ken Griffin. So Ken
Feisty.
Griffin, he actually supported Trump originally, and he switched his allegiance, I think, to DeSantis. A lot of big donors going to DeSantis. So this is the first big push I've seen in the Trump direction in a while.
Why
and
do
if he made it happen himself,
Trump still was raising more money than DeSantis. Raising more money than all of them. And here's the thing. Why do we not act like the Republicans aren't the biggest dick riding party in the world?
yeah, they're going to get in line.
They're going to get in line.
Yeah, but they're hedging their bets though, because
They always do.
Yeah,
We've
so it's
seen
like,
this movie
But
before.
they did that shit the first term with they put everything in Jeb's coffee,
yeah,
Yes.
right? And then
Trump caught fire.
he did.
That's right.
That's the thing about this. Yeah, man. I wonder, I genuinely don't think that people want to deal with the chaos that comes with Trump. I think people enjoy this kind of malaise that we're living in right now where, like, you don't have to worry about spy balloons. A lot of people, if there's global economic collapse, nobody's really caring about it. Like, there's all these crazy things that are happening, and then people just aren't really caring.
That is wild.
And it's very simple. You have a president that doesn't talk about anything, and now you have nothing to rage against. Anytime Biden does talk or mumble, he doesn't say anything coherent enough where, like, you can rage against it. With Trump, everything that he said became the polarizing issue of the week.
Trump made everybody pay attention.
Exactly.
So nobody's paying attention to really the news.
We don't want to pay attention.
Yeah,
we actually don't as human beings.
No,
And everybody's really
you're right.
enjoying this time right now, and I don't know if they want to be re-engaged.
That's why they say ignorance is bliss.
That is exactly what's happening right
No,
now.
you're right. You're right. You're right. It's interesting though, man. I don't know if he goes to jail or not, but I don't think he gets indicted for this shit right here. Like this.
There's got to be something bigger.
It's got to be something bigger. And I'm gonna tell you, he's already spending this to his advantage. Why? Because Alvin Bragg is black.
Who's that?
Alvin Bragg is the DA in New York. So when you
I thought it was a girl.
No, he's a black man. Alvin Bragg.
He's fairly new though. It used
There's
to
a
be
black woman that was going after him too.
No, that's
Remember?
Tiz James. Tiz
let-
James is
let-
the Attorney General.
Oh, that's the Attorney
yeah.
General.
Alvin
Okay.
Bragg is the DA. So, but both of them, Tiz James was pushing Alvin Bragg to press these charges. All you got to, it's just the optics. This is wokeness. All his followers got to do, go look at his campaign ads right now. Whose faces in them campaign ads?
That's true.
Alvin fucking Bragg.
Wow.
Got them guys speeding down the turnpike trying to get to New York on 26 from the country, coming from Long Island, everywhere. We got to go defend our guy. The optics of that, wokeness, black man, black woman.
People don't care about that woke shit anymore, bro.
Yes, they do.
He's using the term.
Yes.
He said
Oh,
this is an
he's-
attack
he's-
from the woke.
He's late, bro. He's antiquated. It's over. Nobody cares about that shit no more.
No. It's
Nah,
big.
yeah.
It's big. Nah, it's big. Because even DeSantis is using the woke card. Like all of them are using the woke
That's
They
card.
gotta get a new
their
card,
enemy,
bro.
That's what they label all liberals as.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying they got to figure something else out because the woke shit is kind of done. Like, the kids ain't woke anymore. Like, the youth, the youngsters out here, like the kids who are in college right now, they're rejecting the wokeness of the generation before them. So they're wild motherfuckers saying all the crazy shit. Like,
I think white people, well, not white people, but the Republican Party co-opted wokeness and did what they always do, which is flip it and bounce it and remix it. So it's not even cool. Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So now you got liberals on TV denouncing wokeness
Yep.
because they know Republicans have already co-opted it, so they can't even use the phrase anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't see him going to getting indicted for this. I just don't. And if I was a big dog, if I'm Merrick Garland or one of them, I'm telling the DA in New York to fall back. Fall back, man.
Yeah, you're just heating them up.
Fall back. Let's try to get some of these bigger charges that we probably actually can freaking get them on. But I don't see them I don't see them locking up a former president. I've been trying to tell y'all this shit for a long fucking time, yo.
No,
know?
you haven't actually. This is the first time you've ever said it. So, but it's good that you just said it right now, and I almost believed you. It's truly remarkable what you're
It's
able
just
to
kind
do.
of wild. It's just like, yo, why? They've never arrested a former president, indicted a former president. Why would they on these charges?
Yeah.
Like, these are, no.
Well, they can't get him on the actual shit.
I guess.
I mean, Trump's probably.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
they're going to get him on this. It will be a misdemeanor. It won't be that serious. They're going to get him on the tax thing. That might be serious because that's more federal.
Yeah.
So that might actually prevent him from
Nah,
running.
if anything,
But-
it's the stuff in Georgia. But even once again with that, it's a black woman DA.
What's the Georgia shit?
The Georgia is the I think it's the election tampering.
Yeah.
Pull it up.
Georgia.
When he was like calling them, telling them, yo, I need you to find the votes.
Yeah, he said it was a perfect call. You didn't see him today? Play Trump from today, Taylor. You just had it up. You didn't hear him today, yo?
No, what he said.
Greatest stand-up in the country.
Yeah, he's so lovable. He's so lovable.
If he wasn't fucking a threat to the free world,
if he was on your side,
I want a Bulworth. I've always said I want a Bulworth-style president, and Trump is definitely a Bulworth-style president. If you've never seen the movie Bulworth, is this it? Oh, play this shit,
Whether it's
man.
the Mar-a-Lago raid or the Unselect Committee hoax, the perfect Georgia phone call, it was absolutely perfect, or the Stormy Horseface Daniels extortion plot. They're all sick.
Come on, man.
It's fake news. Our enemies are desperate to stop us because they know that we are the only ones who can stop them, and they know it very strongly. And they're looking at the polls where not me, but we are up by so much. They can't even believe it. We won twice, and now we've got to win a third time. They know that we can defeat them. They know that we will defeat them, but they're not coming after me. They're coming after you. I'm just standing in their way, and I always will stand in their way. Thank you very much.
aren't we exhausted of they're coming after you, like be afraid every 2 seconds? It's been nice for a few years to not be afraid.
But here's the thing. That has been the Democratic playbook for years.
And the Democrat and the
Both.
Republican.
Don't fear.
Both of them.
Both Republican and Democrat.
Definitely both.
But no one's afraid right now. It's kind of nice. We're not even afraid of global economic doom. We're not afraid of Chinese spy balloons. We're not afraid of anything. There's no fear.
I'm not afraid because I'm not allowing myself to be afraid.
But so many people are afraid of this economy.
Yes,
and
100%.
their bank accounts and inflation.
Are they afraid of
The
it?
bank
Yes,
thing,
they are.
I definitely had some conversations about the bank thing with my financial people. Like, you sure? You know what I mean? That was scary. But like I'm looking at this article right now, some Democrats fear arresting Trump could backfire, questions screen for charges. Some Democrats fear that the potential charges facing former President Trump from the Manhattan DA are not up to the task and could backfire. This is an open and shut books and records misdemeanor.
Yo, you know what's kind of funny?
Now to elevate it to a felony is complicated.
You remember all the Republicans that were like, yo, we can't give out these what were they called? Like bonuses and shit during the pandemic? Stimuluses.
Oh, stimulus. Yeah.
We can't give out all these stimuluses. We can't print this money. We can't do this shit. We can't. It's bad for the economy. You can't do this. Where are they with all these people who are bailed out at their banks that failed? Like, I want to know where the conservatives are who constantly criticize government interference.
Oh, got you.
I want to know where they are right now when the government interfered and secured their deposits at the banks. I've yet to hear one of them speak out about how inefficient
Why would
government
they?
is.
That's their stimulus.
100%. I think at some point we just need them to go, okay, you know what? Sometimes it is nice to have a government. Sometimes it is nice that the government has your back. Sometimes it is nice that the government interferes.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want to pay more taxes. I want to pay less taxes. I'd love to. That'd be great. I get where they're coming from. But at the same time, it is nice to have the security of the government there to potentially protect you from circumstances like this.
Absolutely. I mean, they'll never let the economy totally fucking crash.
Famous last words, my boy.
Famous last
Don't ask for it. Don't ask for it now.
This article says there are far more serious crimes Trump should be held accountable for. And they said, this is the biggest thing. Bragg's investigation is just one of 3 Trump is currently facing, and the charges stemming from it may be the easiest ones for Trump to defeat. A failed prosecution of the former president, who opponents have long dreamed of locking up, could only serve to bolster his common refrain that he is the victim of a witch hunt. That's true.
Yeah, but also, how you gonna call a girl you paid to fuck horseface? That's one of the most audacious things I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's hilarious.
You're
Funny.
insulting a girl, not that you fucked, that you paid to fuck.
Bruh. Trump is different, bruh.
Imagine what he says about the girls that just fucked him.
I thought he said he never fucked her, though.
Nah, he smashed.
That's
I
what
thought he said he never smashed, but he just did it. He settled just to settle or some shit like that.
No, I think he dicked
The
down.
funniest shit was after Ron DeSantis made his comments.
He called him Meatball Ron.
Man, Trump said, Trump told him, like, you know, let me hear it. This is it right here.
He called him Meatball Ron. That shit.
No, you got to
killed me.
find Trump's tweet,
talking
bro.
about this situation with, and look, I don't know what goes into paying hush money to a porn star to secure silence over some type of alleged affair. I can't speak to that. But what I can speak to is that if you have a prosecutor who is ignoring crimes happening every single day
This guy's gonna get
in his
eaten up, bro.
jurisdiction, and he
Just his
chooses to go
voice?
back many
You
years
didn't see
ago,
Trump's clapback to this already?
try
No, what'd he
to
say?
use something about
Bro,
porn
Trump
star
kinda-
Go get it.
hush
Go
money
get it.
payments.
Go get it. Go get it.
Trump kind of, it wasn't the nuke, but remember that fucking bomb he sent, that big bomb he just dropped in the desert one time? You don't remember that shit? There was a time when Trump just dropped a big ass bomb in the desert. It wasn't a nuke, but it was some big ass bomb they never used before. That was this shit, yo. Mother of all bombs.
I thought that was some Russian shit.
He dropped that shit in the desert.
All right, hold on, let me see
Find the shit that Trump said, yo.
Trump's response
about
to
DeSantis
DeSantis.
and the underage girls. Find this shit.
Not when he called him Ron DeSanctimonious.
No, this was
Because
last
that was
night,
weak.
man.
I thought
No,
Trump was
man.
rusty. He just got back on stage after a
Is
while.
that it?
Yeah.
Trump suggests, here you go. Trump suggests DeSantis will face allegations from underage girls or possibly a man after speaking out on Manhattan probe.
I need to see it. I need to see the video.
He posted a picture. It's like an old picture of Ron DeSantis when he was like a teacher, and it looked like he was partying with like some younger girls. Former President Donald Trump lashed out at Florida Governor Ron DeSantis on Monday after DeSantis spoke publicly about Trump's potential indictment over an apparent 2016 hush money payment to a porn star, warning the Florida governor he might face allegations from a woman, even classmates that are underage, or possibly a man. You know what that's basically saying? Fuck with me, you know I got it. Okay? Don't make me do it to you, Dunny, because I overdo it. All right? That's what he's saying, bro. People forget when...
He'll go there.
What? Yo, when
He'll
they
go
did the
there.
whole grab him by the pussy thing,
Yeah.
and they tried that, and Trump knew they had the debate coming up, Trump went and had a press conference with all the women who have accused Bill Clinton
Oh, I remember.
of sexual...
No, he sat them front row.
Front row. He
At
did,
the
he did a
debate.
press conference with him first, then sat him front row.
I mean, that
With
was
all, I think it was
legendary.
all the women who accused Bill Clinton of sexual assault or stuff,
Yeah.
something like that. Trump said in the Truth Social post that Ron DeSanctimonious will probably find out about false accusations and fake stories sometimes in the future before suggesting it could be about a relationship with a man. Some comment critics said we're homophobic or transphobic. What's interesting about that is that probably would hurt Ron politically because all of these people are hypocrites, right?
Yeah.
Because they believe in the Bible so much, but then a lot of them be on the down low and a lot of them be
Yeah.
having boyfriends, but they'll look at this and say, oh, you're in a relationship with a man, I can't vote for you, you know? Like you're going against what the Bible says.
Do you think that he's gay? You think Ron is gay? Ron DeSantis?
No, man.
Why?
I've never thought about it.
Why?
I don't know. Why do you think he's gay?
I mean, why would Trump say that?
Because you know that could hurt him politically. Are there some pictures?
But he's saying there's evidence.
Yeah, he got something. He got something. That's all I'm saying. He's letting them know, don't make me do you to you, Dunny. Because I'll overdo it, okay? Fuck with me, you know I got it. That's just a shot. Like, hey, Ron, I was in there for 4 years, bruh.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
I had access to everything.
I know where all the bones are buried, okay? And there was a couple in your asshole. That's what he's saying. That's all he's saying, yo. It's just amazing how they keep playing right into Trump's hands, though, man. Because even with the news,
Yeah.
who is going to run against Trump in 2024 when all he does is suck all the air out of the news cycle, yo?
Yeah.
Like, what the
I mean, is
fuck?
Biden going to run again?
I have no idea what Biden's going to do at this point.
Yeah.
I really don't. We'll see, man. What else we got, Taylor? Oh, you want me to pay some bills?
Who would you run?
On the Democratic side?
Yeah.
Man, that bench is so fucking weak. I really don't know, yo. I have no idea who the Democrats could even think of motherfucking running. Like, I'm not even joking. I have no idea. Let's pay some bills. Let's talk about mood, okay? Mood. You new to cannabis? R&O Pro. There's no denying that many of the products on the market seem iffy at best, and when you want to relax, iffy is the last way you want to feel. Mood puts an end to guessing games, okay? It's 100% federally legal, Delta 8 and Delta 9 THC. You can have shipped straight to you. No doctors, no waiting, just affordable legal THC, all right? For a limited time, Mood is giving our listeners free Delta 9 gummies and 20% off your first order. Visit HelloMood.com and use our code IDIOTS. I am a gummy person. Mood, feel free to send those my way, okay? Mood offers federally legal forms of THC extracted from hemp plants. All of their products are regularly third-party tested in Drug Enforcement Agency registered labs, sourced from small family farms and grown organically. The experts at Mood have tested and tailored different strains for specific moods, like Energized, for when you want to seize the day. These things work, by the way. I had some of these that had the labels like Energized, Creative. I had one that was called Happy. And it absolutely positively did make me feel happy, man. It made me feel so happy that I took a little too much and was high the next morning at work. But they have plenty of versatile products that go with whatever mood you're going for. Euphoric, erotic, sleepy, chill, social, focus. However you like to take THC, Mood has you covered. Ready for a good time without the guesswork? Order your THC products from Mood today. And for 20% off your first order and free gummies, go to HelloMood.com and use promo code IDIOTS. That's Hello, MOOD.com, promo code IDIOTS for 20% off your order and free gummies. Also, man, I got to talk to you about Talkspace, okay? Because whether you know it or not, gummies and Talkspace go hand in hand. You know I believe in therapy. I'm a big proponent of therapy, and sometimes people wait until something bad happens to talk to a therapist. Why wait? You can get a therapist through Talkspace, okay? Therapy can help you shift your perspective, find tools to cope in difficult times, and be a guiding light. Getting started is the most important part. Talkspace makes it easy and affordable. At Talkspace.com, you can sign up online and get a personalized match with a provider that's right for you, typically within 48 hours. There's no need to commute to appointments, miss time at work, or line up childcare in order to attend sessions. It's mental health care made easy, okay? Talkspace lets you send messages to your therapist so you don't have to wait for your next session. Therapy can help you shift your perspective, find tools to cope in difficult times, and be a guiding light. Talkspace can help with any specific challenges you might be facing. It's the #1 online therapy platform with licensed therapists in over 40 specialties, including anxiety, depression, substance abuse, relationship issues, and much more. Talkspace is secure and private, using the latest end-to-end bank-grade encryption technology to store client information and complying with the latest HIPAA regulations, okay? As a listener of the Brilliant Idiots podcast, you'll get $100 off your first month with Talkspace when you go to Talkspace.com/idiots. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com/idiots to get $100 off your first month and show your support for the show. That's Talkspace.com/idiots. Let's get back to the show. We got some church announcements, Schultzy.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna be at VCon. I'm gonna do a set at VCon.
What's that?
So Gary V's conference takes place in the Lucas Oil Stadium.
Okay.
So it's a football stadium. It's going to be kind of interesting. But I told Gary, I said, Gary, I'm going to come, but you're gonna get these jokes, Gary.
Yeah. That's Gary,
the
you a
only
wild
way.
boy, guy.
That's the only way I'm coming.
All that corporate shit you got going on, and you gonna bring Andrew Schulz in there? All right. Get what you asked for. Get it because you asked for it.
So that'll be fun. And then Calgary. I'm going to be up there in Calgary August 27th, a Great Outdoors Fest, man. That's going to be crazy. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited about that one. That's a cool setup. So make sure you go tickets for those.
Yeah, man. For me,
what about you, man?
Black Effect Podcast Festival happening April 22nd in Atlanta, Georgia at Pullman Yards, man. It's just going to be a day of music. My man Louis V is providing the soundtrack. We got some of your favorite podcasts up on that stage live. We got the 85 South Show. We got Horrible Decisions with Mandy and Wheezy. Giselle, Brian, and Robin Dixon. They're going to be there doing Reasonably Shady. We got the Big Facts Podcast with Baby Jade and DJ Scream and Big Bank. Michelle Williams will be there doing her Checking In podcast, just to name a few. We're going to have food. We're going to have the Black Effect Marketplace, which is a place for, a lot of local businesses in Atlanta. Plus we'll have, merchandise from your favorite podcasts that are on the stage. We got a business in podcasting panel and a woman in podcasting panel. Alex Media is going to be on the business in podcasting panel. So, anybody looking to be in the business of podcasting, we'll have a lot of people there giving you information. My good sister Dolly Bishop, president of the Black Effect Podcast Network, she'll be on that panel as well. Damn, I keep forgetting who else is on that panel. Teslin Figaro. I can't remember. I'm sorry, y'all. But it's just going to be a great panel. And, man, I just really got to thank y'all because the way we're selling tickets, you know, by April 22nd, we should definitely be sold out or maybe even before. So thank you. Go to eventbrite.com right now to get your tickets, man. Go to blackeffect.com for more info. It's all hosted by me and Jess Hilarious from the Carefully Reckless podcast and, you know, stand-up extraordinaire, social media, Jess Hilarious. So come see us in Atlanta on April 22nd, man. It's going to be a great day. There's a lot going on in Atlanta that day. I saw Lil Wayne's performing in Atlanta that day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the fights that night, Ryan Garcia and Gervonta
Wait,
Tank
is that
Davis.
in Atlanta?
No, it's not in Atlanta, but the fight is that night.
But it's in Vegas, that fight.
Where's that fight at?
I'm not too sure.
I'm pretty sure it's in Vegas. Fight like that got to be in Vegas.
Yeah.
Got to be in Vegas. I'm just saying I know we're gonna be watching the fight that night because you know Jess is a big fight fan. She represents Baltimore. Gervonta Davis is from Baltimore, so you know I'm just tying it all together somehow. But we'll be there in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Saturday, April 22nd, Black Effect Podcast Festival.
Yeah.
Larsa Pippen has sex 4 times a day. Now,
Can we
listen,
talk about that, though?
Yes.
You're telling me you had sex
Yes.
4 times a night when you were married?
She's just saying she could do.
I had sex 4 times a night, every night. I never had a day off for 23 years.
Wait, oh my God, what? What?
Yeah. Yes.
What? Your poor vagina.
You had sex 28 times a week
Yeah, I swear.
for
But with
23 years?
Yeah.
So on the road too, when you was traveling? I don't
We
understand.
never spent time away from each other.
Okay.
Like we had a private
Wow,
plane. I
that's
traveled with my
intense.
kids. Yeah.
Marcus has big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
He wears the size 15 shoes. I think he's okay.
Oh,
Yo, Andy Cohen is an instigator, my boy. Marcus has big shoes to fill. That's wild.
I think
That's his name, Andy Cohen? Yeah.
Larsa's lying. Can we start there?
Scotty's one of how many kids?
Hater.
12 or 13?
She's lying. And you know,
12 or 13 kids,
I don't
right?
know. I have no idea how many kids Larsa.
At least 13.
Scottie Pippen?
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Scotty's one of 13 kids.
They only got 4.
Say again?
All that fucking, they only got 4 kids.
Because he reduced the quality. After a while.
I know she's lying. And you know,
And he was cheating. That's crazy.
you know who told me she was? You know who told me she was lying?
Who?
Other women. Other women was like, yo, there's no way.
Haters.
Every day, 4 times a day, every day for 23 years.
I mean, I couldn't do it.
No periods. So that means through periods.
Yeah.
That means
That's not that crazy.
That means after you even have the baby.
Yeah.
You're not even supposed to have sex for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So that means through that. I saw Nicole Murphy was on my Instagram. She was like, not even a cold, the flu. Like you was just healthy the whole time. You made every road trip. Like, come on, yo. And she doubled down on it. Like,
Yeah.
no, that's just true. Like, why do people lie for a living?
Why?
Like, why do we do this? Like, you could just say we had sex a lot. You don't have to say we had sex 4 times a day, every day for 23 years.
How
Come
many
on.
times? You think it was a lot at least?
Clearly, it was a lot if she thinks it was 4 times a day. Remember how you said Alex got hit 1 time? Or no, Alex hit the guy
one time felt like 8
thought-
times, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
So clearly, Scotty was hitting it so hard, she must have thought she was getting it
4
4
times,
times
a
a
night.
day.
Has Scotty talked about this? Like he's back in the news.
Why would he?
I mean,
Why would he?
That's nice.
Let me tell you something, man. Scottie Pippen is a top 50 NBA player. I think last time I checked, they had him at number 33.
could he have been top 5 if he didn't do this?
If this is true,
Yeah.
he's top 15 easily.
But if he didn't do it, could he be the greatest ever?
With this, he's top 15. Because he did all of this while still playing in the NBA. Schulz, tell me how it feels to bust 1 nut now.
Pretty good.
Do you have energy to do anything else?
No.
Exactly. This guy was
Okay.
a top 50 NBA player.
Can we go-
Practice, NBA, all of that.
Can we go tinfoil hat? Can we go conspiracy here?
Okay.
Who is the greatest competitor of all time?
Michael Jordan.
And
Michael Jordan and Tom Brady, between those 2.
fair enough. And does Michael Jordan believe that he's the greatest of all time?
Yes.
100%. And it's
Absolutely.
very important to him that he's the greatest of all time.
Yes.
And if he saw an upcoming threat, I don't know, maybe a 6'7" to 6'9" point guard with unbelievable defense, ball handling ability, passing.
Yeah, point
a
forward.
Physical specimen
Yeah,
that
yeah,
has
yeah.
not been seen in the NBA before that could potentially threaten his reign. Is it below Michael Jordan to find a woman that can catch dick 4 times a night, to weaken him, to destroy his knees, to destroy his back, and potentially to destroy the greatness that he could achieve in his career to maintain his top spot.
Scotty did have a lot of back issues, right?
Shannon Sharp was throwing it out there.
God damn.
Is this Michael Jordan's diabolical plan to make sure he's number one?
That means that he's been planning this for at least 30, 40 years.
Of
Because he was like,
course.
if you do this for me, I promise you my firstborn son. Whoa.
Full circle.
Whoa.
Full circle.
MJ's the GOAT,
He's the GOAT.
God
MJ's the
damn.
GOAT. You
MJ
get
is
his
the
firstborn
GOAT.
son.
Jesus Christ.
Whatever's left of her.
Wow.
I'm just saying, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Do you
That's a lot.
care about this if you're the new boyfriend? Does this bother you that this information is public?
It can't feel good.
Yeah.
It can't feel good. Right?
Yeah.
It can't feel good.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Scotty got a lot of unbelievable stats. This is one I just don't believe. I just don't believe he's putting up these kind of numbers, bro.
Yeah, I don't.
It's unbelievable. This is over 30,000+ times that they've had sex, if this is true.
Yeah.
It's like
now you can do the
33,000
math.
plus. That's not hard to do. It's only, how many fits? What, 52? How many 365 days in a year
It
times
doesn't
23
matter.
is just simple multiplication.
It doesn't matter. Done
Done
what?
what?
Have sex?
I
mean,
had one of those one time in my life.
How many times you do?
Because I had gotten into a car accident and I was on, that was the first time I was ever on, I think it was Oxy. It was some type of painkiller, so I'm assuming it was Oxy.
Yeah.
And that was the first time I was ever on Oxy, and Oxy had me feeling crazy. Like, you know what I mean? And like, that was when you're young. When you're young, you've experimented with having sex high, off weed, and you've experimented having sex drunk. So being on the Oxy, you like, oh, I know sex probably feel crazy. And it was just like one of those times, it's like, yo, let me just see how many times I could nut in a day.
And you were jerking off or having sex?
No, I was having sex. I was having sex.
Impressive. It's
I was having
impressive.
sex. I don't remember past. I don't think I did it more than 3 though. I don't remember getting off
Yeah, I
more than
think
3.
3 is the most that I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember anything more than 3, yo.
Yeah. And 2 of those are absolutely useless.
The last one is definitely. I think that, I'm
There's
not
no
even joking when I
point.
say
like,
that.
what are we trying to do here? What are we trying to do here?
At one point, I was barely getting erect towards the in latter times, and I feel like I could be making this up, but I feel like I might have been skeeting blood at that point or something.
Wow.
I'm saying I was high. I probably was making this up.
Yeah, I don't know if you were coming blood.
Sperm is nothing but blood. Y'all know that though, right?
That's not true.
Look it up.
That's not true.
Look it up.
Charlotte.
Sperm is blood.
Taylor, Google is sperm blood.
I think sperm is sperm.
Google is sperm blood, yo. It's sperm blood. It's sperm blood.
Most often, no cause
Is
can
the
be
blood
found
in
for the
sperm.
blood and semen. No.
Click on that.
The thing you're saying is so ridiculous, Google doesn't even understand it. They're like, he must mean something else. So it's solving other questions that you don't have.
Hold on. Put what is sperm made of? What is sperm made of?
They're not the same, but they serve the same purpose in that they get nutrition into the poles.
See, hold on. Come on. Put the
Oh,
mic onto the
get
smart
out
guy.
of here,
Come on.
He tried to help you. He tried to bail you out.
He can't, where's the mic
What
when
is
you need
sperm
it?
made
Are you
out
talking
of,
into the
yo?
mic?
No, he's not.
There's a mic over there. Come on. Come
What
on.
is sperm made
Bail
out
me
of?
out. Bail me out.
Nah, first you gotta say his name. What's his name?
Ashwagandha.
Oshkosh Bigosh.
No, it's not actually blood. It just serves the same purpose. So you're wrong. It's not blood.
So there's sperm running through our veins?
No.
No, there's no.
So what do you mean they serve the same purpose? What's the brilliant idiots? I don't care. I could be wrong. I see that's that the title saves us every time. What is it? What does it mean to serve the same purpose though? Explain that to me.
Semen contains citric acid, free amino acids, fructose, enzymes,
Potassium,
choline.
zinc.
It just provides the nutrients to your balls the same way blood provides nutrients to the rest of your body. So it's the
Schulz,
same
I'm gonna tell you
purpose.
something, bro. First of all, that sounds very tasty, right? What you just described: citric acid, free amino acid, zinc, enzymes. You might need to drink your own sperm, bro. I'm serious. Drinking. I'm not even joking, yo.
What?
No, I didn't try.
A little bit got on your mustache. That don't count.
Yeah.
Yo,
I hit
this
my
might
face.
be the key.
I hit my face.
Go back to that top 10 shit that we read. All of that shit is in sperm. Protein shake, bro. You might need to make the sperm protein shake, bro.
You might be right.
That might be it, man.
Might be right.
What else we got, Taylor gang? Larsa Pippen. And you know what, though? You know the beauty I like about the Larsa Pippen thing? Everybody has had enough sex to know that that's probably not true. So that's not even one of those things where women are looking at your man like, damn, you need to step it up.
They know.
They know that shit
They don't
ain't
want
true.
that either.
Nah.
Taylor, 4 times a night? No. But you want multiple.
I do want, like, let's go round, but I have a high.
What do you mean, let's go round?
She
Rounds mean 4 times a night, Taylor.
Go on the mic.
Go
Go
on
on the
the
mic
mic.
for this ridiculousness. Hold on.
4 times is just 4 rounds, Taylor.
I feel like, what are y'all talking about? Because we could do one in the morning time, afternoon, and the evening.
That's too much.
Every day?
Not every, no, absolutely not every day. No, I don't need every day.
When?
Like 3 times a week.
You want to have sex 3 times a day, 3 times a week?
No. Depends.
3 times?
It depends. Especially if I'm high. Yeah.
She said, especially if I'm high. Jesus Christ.
For
Taylor.
what? Why?
Well, you know, girls have multiple orgasms, though. If I only get off once, and that's the thing, too.
If you only get off once.
It's another thing. Okay, so if we have sex once, right?
Yeah.
And I have multiple orgasms, then I'm good.
Oh,
But,
so you want multiple orgasms?
Yeah, so maybe I
So
should
however
say.
you get it is fine.
Right.
Why is one orgasm not enough?
It's just not.
Do you know what an
Even when
orgasm is?
when I masturbate, it's not enough.
But what if you don't know what an orgasm is actually, and you're
I do
feeling
know what an
something
orgasm
else?
is. Don't do
Well,
that.
an orgasm should feel like extreme relief.
Yeah.
But you're
and then
still
I'm ready
pent
to go. No, I'm ready to go back again. We just built different though.
Oh, damn.
We are. Yeah,
I know. I was saying as just a female and male. That's
Yeah,
all
you're
I'm
right.
saying.
You're right. You are built different. You can run it back. I mean, that's just exhausting looking at this fucking Larsa
But I
Pippen
mean,
story.
think about it. Y'all do most of the pumping though. It's not like
Who?
males. Like y'all. Like when it comes to sex, y'all are doing more of the work.
Oh, you
I'm
just
not.
lay
Don't
there?
try me, Alex. I'm not no fucking
just lay
starfish.
there?
I'm
What is a
not
starfish?
starfish. I'm not
She
a
just
starfish.
lays there like a starfish
Don't
at the
try
bottom
me.
of the ocean.
Don't try me. First of all, yeah. But at the same time, how do you think I got these hips and ass?
From
Wasn't
sitting
just-
on your fucking
No.
ass
From your
doing
fucking
nothing?
parents?
No.
From genetics?
No.
How dare you give some bum-ass Philly
No,
John
but I'm just saying
the
I'm
credit for
working
your
out.
mama's genes?
I'm just saying I'm working
I
out.
seen your mama.
Wait,
Charlamagne.
what do you mean?
Charlamagne.
What do you mean?
Charlamagne.
She thick,
Charlamagne.
bro. She
Charlamagne.
thick. Hold on.
Charlamagne.
Hold on. Nah, that's not
Charla.
disrespectful. What, you want your mom to have no ass, built like a board?
What your mama bringing me next week?
Nothing at all. Stop playing. Ew, stop playing with me. Yo.
What is your mama bringing me next week? What does your mama like to make for me?
Some cornbread.
Tell the
First
truth.
of all,
Taylor wanna tell
first
the
of
truth.
all,
That's
Taylor
so
wanna tell the truth.
toffee.
I love Taylor's mama. Taylor, tell the
Hold
truth.
on.
What does your mom like to make for me?
What is she like? to
don't
make
even
for
say
you?
like for you because you haven't had it in a while.
I had it though. I had it though. What
I'm
was
not
it, Taylor?
playing. First of all, I'm not
Taylor.
playing with you because I have a father and he will fuck you up.
I love
Stop
your
playing
dad.
with me.
I'm just
Oh,
telling you. What did she make for us?
What did she make for us?
Since I gotta say
My
us.
mom knows how to make good pie and great pound cake.
Pound cake? Hold on. Is pound cake a suggestion?
Shut the fuck up.
I love
She makes a great apple
sweet
pie
potato.
too.
Wow.
I love Taylor's mother's pie.
I hate y'all.
The moral of the
I hate
story
y'all. Y'all
is,
not about to do
How
this.
dare you
Y'all not
give
about to
these
do that.
dirty Philly Johns the credit for the work your mom put in? Your mom's genetics got you like that. Taylor, it's genetics. That ain't no man.
I'm saying how to keep it up. Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
I'm working out too.
No.
All right.
Y'all be giving these men all the credit, bro. Jesus Christ. Got
Just
your
disrespectful.
Word. Got your guys out here sounding like Dr. Miami for no damn reason.
Respectful.
Let's pay some bills, man. This Taylor, I just can't believe you would just do that. You just discredited your mama's genes. You know what I'm saying? For no reason.
This episode has been brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one platform for building your brand and growing your business online. Stand out with beautiful websites, engage your audience, and sell anything, your products, your content you create, and even your time. If you want to have a legitimate business, you need a place on the greatest marketplace in the world, and that is the internet, and Squarespace makes that possible. Squarespace makes it easy for creators to monetize their content expertise in a way that actually fits their brand. With member areas, you can unlock a new revenue stream for your business and free up your time, and then you can sell access to that time and gated videos, online courses, newsletters, everything. You can create pro-level videos effortlessly. Squarespace Video Studio app helps you make and share engaging videos to help tell your story, grow your audience, and drive sales. Stand out in any inbox with Squarespace email campaigns. Collect email subscribers and convert them into loyal customers. Start with an email template and customize it by applying your brand ingredients like site colors, logos, etc. You can use these built-in analytics to measure every impact of every single send. You could use those insights to grow your business, learn where your site visits come from, and analyze which channels are most effective. So, if you are ready to improve your business and build one, a legit one, make some money online, head to squarespace.com/idiot for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use the offer code IDIOT to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Now let's get back to the show. Guys, this episode is also brought to you by the hardest dicks on the planet. Blue Chew has got your back and has got your girl's back sticky. Same active ingredient that's inside Viagra or Cialis, but this is the truest one that we rock with, so make sure you rock with it too. And you know what? You're going to get your first month free. All you got to do is pay $5 shipping when you go to BlueChew.com, okay? And make sure you use that promo code IDIOTS. They got you. Your girl deserves it. Your wife deserves it. Your side chick deserves it. Ladies, you deserve it. That girl that you might be going out on a date with and you want to impress for the first night, set the tone. Now let's get back to the show.
Yes. Back to the show.
What's going on with you, man? What's up with your life?
I feel good, man.
You do?
I do. I really feel good. I'm not even joking when I say that. Salute to my man, Elliot Connie. Elliot Connie is one of the most culturally competent psychotherapists that you will ever meet in your life. Had him on Breakfast Club this morning.
Is he your personal one, or?
Yeah, he is.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know how I would feel.
Sharing him with the world.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. You know, because he has, like, I don't know, man. He does this thing where he says he always wants to break your brain. He wants to break your brain. He wants to break your mental health. And I just feel like he has, it's called selective, it's called solution. I'm going to tell y'all right now. It's called solution-focused therapy.
Okay.
So it's called solution-focused brief therapy sessions, but it's called solution-focused therapy. So his whole thing is like, you know, we can sit around discussing the problems, but he likes to get right to solutions. And man, I have to admit, like, a lot of things that he's been talking to me about, a lot of things that I've been implementing, it's been really, really working.
Like what?
You know
What's
I mean?
something?
I mean, I know it sounds crazy to say, but even like in regards, a lot of it is more parenting for me, because, you know, parenting is like my biggest concern more than anything right now. Parenting, being a husband. And, you know, sometimes you question yourself as a father, especially me being a man raising young women, because I'll beat myself up for yelling. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what are you yelling at?
I mean, just like I'll yell when like one of them's not listening. It's really just one of them, to be honest with you. You know what I mean? But it's like when one of them's not listening, and like I find myself getting really short-tempered and yelling, but then that yelling turns to me sitting down with them, having an actual conversation, because those are things that never happened to me when I was younger. You know what I mean? When I was younger, growing up in the 1900s, it was do as I say, you know, period. You know, there was no explanation, but kids are like naturally curious. So a kid's gonna ask you why. If I say, of course, you need to go do that, why?
Of course.
There's no need to get short with them and feel like you're being disrespected.
Because I fucking said so. That's what you want to say, but at the same time, they're trying to learn.
Sometimes you do, but I never, my approach is like, this is the reason why. And what you realize is, man, you're raising more intelligent kids that way. You're raising, kids who understand, I guess, I don't want to say conflict resolution, but understand how to communicate, more that way. And, one of the biggest things, like even having a teenager is like, you always feel like your teenager's disrespecting you. And, one thing that he said it on the show today, but this is something he told me in a session, was that you want your kids to disrespect you. And you're like, what? Excuse me? But he has a reasoning behind it. Can we play it, Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
You told me the other day that you feel like kids should disrespect their parents.
I think parents should expect. Jason, let me put that in context. How many of you guys in this room would like to raise your children to be strong-minded, independent thinking, ambitious kids or adults, right? Mm-hmm. Well, if you are going to instill that, part of that is confidence, part of that is voice, part of that is knowing I have value. And when you're teaching your child that, and I'm talking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the first place they practice voice is on you guys.
Correct.
That's the first place. So you might say to them something, and I'm going to tell you something. My mother, I had 2 brothers. My mother would say, Ellie, go do the dishes. And I would be like, why didn't you ask one of them? Mm. And that would get me popped. That would get you looked at.
That's usually popped, and I told you so.
Yeah. But if you're teaching your child to be confident, to be strong, to value their voice, they should ask those kinds of questions, and it allows you to parent them. But we shouldn't translate that as disrespect. They're just practicing.
That's not disrespect.
They're practicing their voice.
But that was in our era.
Right.
In the 1900s,
that was disrespect to me.
I would never think to talk back. I would never even think to talk to my parents the way my kids talk to me. But it's as Ellie said, it's not disrespect. It's just them being like asking valid questions.
But that's also the way white people raise their kids, doing that.
Yeah.
Because like my grandmother, you could never, she'd tell you whatever to do. Paint the house. Just go paint it. You may not know how to paint, but she won't paint the house.
We confuse respect for silence. And I think that's a problem. I think we have to allow our children.
Expound on that?
If I say go paint the house and the child says, yes, ma'am, and goes paint, we think, oh, that's such a respectful child. But that same child, if some strong-willed 17-year-old kid in high school says, let's go skip school, they're going to say, yes, sir. Like, we have to teach them to question, why am I painting the house? I should understand the context of the life that I live in. Why am I painting the house? For these reasons. Okay, now it makes sense to me, and I understand, and I can do things that I understand and push back on things I don't.
That's why white folks got kids on leashes in the malls, because it's stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't
run free,
Yeah, I don't agree with you with that, Elliot, because and this is going to sound crazy.
All right, here we go.
I got 6 kids. So if I tell one of my kids to do something, I expect it to be done. I'm not going to do it with something that's going to be detrimental to their health, something that's going to hurt them. It's part of what everybody needs to do to be in this household.
I agree with you.
Meaning if dad's chores or dad's way is to make the money, pay the bills, do this, that, and the other, and I ask you to shovel the snow, don't ask me why. Don't say, well, why didn't you ask this sibling? Why didn't you ask this one? No, because I asked you to do it.
But you could explain it to them just the way you explained it just now.
Envy, listen, you
shouldn't have to. Because now you're questioning. Because when you say, hey, Dad, I want to play basketball and cleats cost $500, I don't say, well, they're cheaper cleats. I'm like, oh, your grades are good. Okay, I got you those cleats.
But you should have that conversation on both ends of the spectrum, though. Now, I agree with you. If I say to my child, go do this, you want them to go and do it.
I ain't gonna say paint the house. Paint the house a little better.
But why that's a really good example is to a child.
They have thought without wisdom. So you might ask a child to mow the lawn, but
this is a good point. Hold on.
Thought without wisdom.
Childs have thoughts without wisdom.
Without wisdom.
Yeah.
So you might ask the child to mow the lawn, but in their child brain, you asked me to paint the house. It's not. You have to help me understand the world in which I live. And I think it's both ends of the spectrum. If the child says, I want to play basketball and I need $600 Jordans, I don't think it's enough to just say, oh, you got good grades. You want to sit them down and explain to them, like, this $600 is hard to earn.
That's right.
And you're worth it. And then that child thinks they have value, and that child understands the world in which they live. But remember, guys, like, they get confidence, they get thought, they get spontaneity before they get wisdom.
Yeah, see, I grew up getting beatings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I can tell you right now, beatings don't do anything for a child's confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Beatings don't do anything for a child but make a child insecure and make a child question everything. So
Can I ask a question about that right there? So what would his suggestion be? Like, let's say you want your child to mow the lawn or whatever. And he goes, why do you want me to mow the lawn?
Have the conversation with him on why he needs to mow the lawn.
And what is that conversation? Like, what would that be
I mean,
for
for
you?
me, it would be like, you need to mow the lawn because, this is part of growing up in this house. You don't have a job.
Oh, we all need to contribute to this home.
We all need to contribute. You don't have a job. You know what I mean? I do what I do to make sure things move coolly in this house. Your mom does what she does to make sure things move coolly in this house. You need to do what you need to do, and that's just part of growing up and of coming of age. You know what I mean? Like, my daughter's a teenager. She got chores now. Even my 7 and 4-year-old. Y'all have to clean your rooms. Like, that's just part of living in this house.
So that's your explanation. Your explanation is this is the responsibility you have for living in this house.
Absolutely.
And the older you get, the more responsibility you have living in this home.
That's it.
And I like that. I like explaining to them because I do agree with you. It's like I've never done what I was told in my life.
Never. Are forced to do.
Oh, I refuse to do anything that I'm forced to. But my whole life has been like fighting for no rules. But I have repeated the things that my parents did that I observed. So I really kind of locked in on their behavior, and then I think that I have continued that behavior.
Right.
And I think that I'm very fortunate that I had really good parents so that they set like a good standard of what behavior should be, like hard work, etc. But not everybody has that shit.
Absolutely.
So then, like, what do you do if you're a parent and you are emotional and you are irrational and you do act in a way that you don't want your kid to act, but you're acting like that in front of them? Like, what do? They have to go through therapy? They got to fix that shit? Like,
yeah, and I think about, man, what I was thinking about? I was thinking about, God damn, how much pain were the adults that I grew up around going through that they could just beat us the way he did with the extension cords, with the switches, the way they just used to haul off and pop us with the hands, all of that. Because the reality is, I beat myself up when I raise my voice at my children. I can't even yell.
But you got girls
at my kids. Yeah, I guess.
It's different. If you had a badass little teenage boy checking you in front of your wife, telling you to go mow the lawn. Yo, imagine your son, you ask him to mow the lawn, and you go, why? So you could hug that tree later?
I'm kicking him in his chest.
You know what I'm saying?
Roundhouse. Bah!
Imagine.
You know what
Yo,
I'm
why
saying?
are you always hugging that wood, maggot?
And
What if you said that to your son? What if your son in your home in front of your wife said, why are you hugging that tree,
Yo, that's
maggot?
wild as hell if your son learns gay slurs. Because I would be the
That's
dad
not a gay slur, that's maggot.
I know, but I would be the
Don't do that.
Okay. Maggot don't hit the same. I would be the dad that let the son watch all the old movies.
Yup. And then you
all
wonder
old
where he
music.
gets it from.
Hey man, you're right. Those were the nukes back then, boy.
I'm just saying.
Because especially in this era of bullying.
Oh.
Like if you raise your kid with a 90s sense of humor,
oh, forget it.
Nobody will play with him.
Oh, forget it.
Nobody will play with him or
forget
her.
it. He need to be
Okay?
strapped.
Yeah,
He need to be strapped because he gonna make some school shooters. That's the type of bullying. That's the type of bullying that's gonna make some, bro. That's a fact. We gotta keep those words out of their mouths.
You ain't lying, yo. It's so crazy. I don't know, man. That's the most difficult thing in my life right now.
Which is
parenting.
what? Finding a way to discipline your kids.
Parenting, yeah.
Yeah.
Parenting is, because, I said this on the air and a woman called in because I said there's no manual to it. And the woman called in and she was like, there's plenty of books in it. Everybody got a plan until you get punched in the face. Didn't Mike Tyson teach us that? Like, you don't know it until you're in it. And I got 4 and they range in ages.
You think you've gotten better with each one?
100%.
So your last kid is getting your best parenting?
My third and fourth, I wasn't even present, like really. I mean, I was present as far as physically.
But emotionally?
I was in these streets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was out here. I was still running around, getting drunk and high and on drugs in LA. And I was wilding. I was living this new radio star life. Like I wasn't the parent. I wasn't even close.
Now, do your kids know that or were they too young?
Nah, they don't. I mean, I don't think they know that. No, I don't think so. I mean, I talked to my oldest daughter about it, though.
What do you say?
We just have real conversations. I tell her the truth. You know what I mean? Like, just because she's 14. Like, she'll be 18 in 4 years. Like, in 4 years, she'll be starting college. Like, you should be having those conversations with your teenage kid. Think about when your dad first started having real conversations with you. How old were you?
I don't remember.
But it had to be, you were old enough, I'm sure, to process it, right?
I've never felt like my conversations with my parents changed at a certain age.
Wow. See, that's a blessing, bro.
And I've always felt like I could tell them whatever I was going through emotionally.
That's what I want. That's all I want.
Very lucky.
That's all I want.
Very lucky. But also my parents have been in therapy my entire life. So the idea of like sharing things with them, the idea of depression, the idea of anxiety, like these things weren't like novel things for me. I'm incredibly lucky that I grew up knowing that these things existed. And I was like analyzing my emotional stability constantly. So like when I felt that I was maybe down or whatever, I wasn't like, why do I feel like this? I knew what these concepts were, so I could kind of prepare myself for them. Very lucky.
That's all I want, man. And see, that's why I like therapy, even like for, you know, my oldest daughter, like I put her in therapy just because. You know what I mean? Just so she can learn how to continue, how to process her emotions, learn how to communicate, all of that good stuff. You know what I mean? And she's smart enough to know, like, nah, this therapist ain't for me.
That's
you
good.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's a very good communicator because I'm a good communicator, but not because anybody taught me how to communicate.
Can I ask you something? Is it difficult now that your like daughter is old enough to consume the content that you put out? Like
it's the worst.
Yeah, like how does that affect how you create? Are you worried at all about the things you've done in the past and how it could make?
No, I'm not worried about none of the past shit. Because the past shit is the past shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not worried about that. I'm more concerned about what I say now. I'm more cognizant of things that I say now. And it's interesting because I used to have a program director. I don't know if it was George Cook or Chris Connors. They used to always tell me, talk like your mom or grandma's in the room.
And it's like, well, that's not what's going to make this happen.
But to a certain extent, yeah. But I never talked around them anyway. You know what I mean? So now it's more so like, talk like your daughters are in the room, like your daughters are going to hit us, because they do. Like, oh my God, they're in high school. Like, these kids, who you think's consuming this shit that we put out? Like, the Brilliant Idiots and the Breakfast Club, like it's nothing crazier than sitting at dinner and one of your daughter's friends turns to you and it's like, I was on YouTube and I was, you know, I love SZA and I was just going down to SZA and they was feeding me things and I saw you talking to SZA. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I mean? You know, like, you know, you just don't know what version, what variant of Charlamagne they're gonna see.
Yeah.
You know? So
do you get anxiety?
Not anxiety. It's just like I'm just cognizant of the things that come out of my mouth.
Any guilt?
Nah. Not guilt. Nah, none of those things. Not guilt. Nah. Because the funny part about kids, as we know, kids have way more of a sense of humor than these fucking curmudgeon ass adults who grow up to be sensitive about everything. Kids just find shit funny.
Yeah.
You know, so when they might run across some shit, that's just some funny shit that they see. You know what I mean?
Kids, and you know, their very nature of finding themselves is rebellion.
Yes.
So if what they see is a bunch of sensitive people offended by everything,
they want to see what that is.
Uncool. So they want to rebel against what is uncool.
Yes.
So if we're like, for example, like in the 80s or whatever, like or in the 60s, whatever the fucking like hippies and shit were all around, right? Like things are going to button up. The next generation is going to be super buttoned up and almost conservative. And that's going to constantly flip-flop back and forth. Democrat, conservative, liberal, conservative. And that's just rebellion. It's going to be in
the conversations that they're even having is like mind-blowing.
Like what?
It's like my daughter even just tell me about a conversation because they all had to pick a topic that they want to debate on, and like the oil pipelines and like, you know, somebody was like something about religion or politics. It's like, nah, that's just gonna cause an argument. Like, you know what I mean? Like the fact that they're even aware of that.
Oh, they
like,
said that? They stopped the conversation because they thought it would cause arguments?
Yeah, it was like, nah, like that's just gonna cause argument. Let's talk, you know. And I'm like, wow,
At
like
dinner with you?
No. This is like something they're doing in school. Just something she was telling me that they're doing in school. Like they all got to get in these different groups and have these teams and pick one topic to present to the class. But they were in the process of them picking all of these different topics. They were shooting certain things down just because on some like, that's gonna cause arguments. You know what I mean? That's gonna cause debates. And I was like, that's right. You never debate politics and religion. Remember those days?
Well, we like to do that all the time.
We do, but remember when we used to keep politics and religion to ourselves?
Never. I've never been able to have
Yes, you did.
I've never been able to have a limiter on conversation.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, here's my last question. Now that your daughter's probably in the age where she's, you know, if she likes boys, she's liking boys, whatever, relationships, that kind of stuff like that. Is that not difficult in terms of will you be okay with the girl or the guy she dates or whatever? Like, that's going to be difficult. But, like, her perception of your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
She's lived for 2 Charlamagnes, right? She's lived for faithful, loving husbands.
She didn't see none of that though.
She didn't see.
Yeah.
But it's possible that she's aware because you've been so honest and so open and so truthful about your past and also like where you are now.
All right.
Is there like, and if this is too personal, we don't have to talk about it, but I'm just curious, like, is there a part of you that's ever like, how are you making sure that this version of you is the one that she's influenced by and she looks for in a man?
I think she will be, just because this is the version that this is the only version she's seen in her formative years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? She was younger when all of that was going on.
So she didn't understand conceptually what it was to be in a relationship.
Not at all. And one thing that I've always been very aware of is what people say about their parents. Like, I always hear stories of, especially women telling me the relationships they saw their parents have. Like, they saw their dad hugging all over their mom or slapping their mom on the butt or constantly, I love your mom, stuff like that. So that sticks with women forever.
And
like, Taylor, I'm sure you've
expectation.
seen that with your mom and dad, right?
Not really, though.
Really?
I feel like
Taylor says she don't see it. Of course, Taylor.
Well,
Taylor, why you don't see that? You don't see that with your
no,
mom and dad?
you know what's weird though? Because I would call myself, like, when it comes to relationship, I'm real affectionate. But I don't feel like I saw that with my parents. Like, they showed love.
You saw love, though.
Yeah, I saw love. They never argued in front of me. Like, I never saw that.
Where do you
But
think you got your affection from then?
I don't know.
You don't have any fucking affection.
I'm saying in a relationship, yes, I am. I'm mad affectionate. Like, I love kisses, all that stuff. Y'all are haters.
You believe this evil John?
Why do you think I'm evil?
This evil Philly John.
If I'm evil, it's coming from you.
Wow. Wow.
But I do agree with what you're saying, which is like I've learned what to expect in a relationship from my parents.
Word
My
up.
parents have had a loving marriage, have been very fortunate. That's not to say they haven't had like rocky times, but the way that they loved one another was really beautiful. And so that's kind of what I expect in a relationship. Now, that can also be, you could argue, like, to my detriment, because I won't tolerate anything else. There are some people that grow up in really dysfunctional marriages. So when they meet someone who meets the qualifications of that dysfunction, they are not deterred by it.
That's right.
That is what they expect.
That's right.
And that's a dangerous thing to continue
I agree.
in a relationship. You always said this, hurt people hurt people.
That's right.
That happens in different ways. It's like, if you saw the way that your mom treated your dad, you might think that's what a woman should treat you like.
Bro, my dad literally told me when I was young and I confronted him about cheating on my mom, he literally said to me, "You only got one girlfriend?"
Yeah.
Like, he looked me in my eyes like, "Yeah, one day you'll understand."
Well, I don't know. This is why I'm very proud of you. And I don't mean that in a patronizing way.
Nah, I appreciate that. Only to grow up to tell me I was right.
Well, because your father grew up.
That's right.
But yeah, like, you have every reason to like stay in your ways, right?
Yeah.
And you have no real incentive to change it outside of like, you love your family and you love your wife, but like, everything's going well in your life. It's not like you're hitting rock bottom. You're like, I need to change this. You hit rock top and you need to change it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
And I have people close to me who have decided to change, to not continue a trend in their family.
Simple as that. Break generational curses. I didn't start going to therapy because I was losing. I was winning like
but
a
you were still feeling
motherfucker.
something was wrong.
You weren't happy. You go to home and you're not happy. Like, you at the end of the day, that's why Michael Jackson Man in the Mirror makes me cry every motherfucking time. Because that is the truth. When you look in the motherfucking mirror, that's what you see. Like if that is you have to go to bed every night
happy with who you are.
That's it. If you're not doing that, trust me, you will know.
There's my father's father was by all accounts a horrible father. And just not really about the kids. Just, I don't want to put shame on the dead, but just a kind of bad guy. And my dad is like my hero. I think he's a literal angel. And I'm like, wow, you broke that. Like, you broke that.
You broke the generational
I can't
curse.
wait to like do that for our kids, like I cannot wait to continue that, because I learned from this. And it's like, you could have continued it, but you broke it, man.
Yeah,
and
because
that's fucking awesome. You
Thank
should
you,
be really
man.
proud of yourself.
You're,
for that.
you're only gonna look at it two ways, right? You're either gonna be just like the hurt, right? Or you're going to break that generational curse. You're gonna do the exact opposite. It's either gonna be either or. You're either gonna be just like what you hate, or you're going to do the exact opposite. I did both. I was just like it at one point, but then when I saw myself really becoming that, because I've always been aware enough to know I don't want to be that.
You didn't admire that behavior of your father at all.
Not at all. So when it started becoming me, I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I don't want to be someone I don't admire.
How am I becoming what I hate?
Despise.
And I don't hate. I'm not saying I hate my dad. I love my dad.
But the behavior.
I hated his behavior.
Yeah.
So it's just like, God damn. So that's what really made me like, number one, quit cold turkey. I'm just like, fuck
We're
all
changing
that.
this.
Fuck all the infidelity. I'm done with that.
Yeah.
And now I got to really go do the work on myself, because clearly something's broken in here.
That you even need to go do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yes. Can you go on the mic though?
But just trying to, I guess, separate black and white, because I feel like with my family or my parents, I knew they loved me, right? But they never said, "Oh, I love you," until I started getting older. Was that the same thing,
100%.
Charlotte?
My mom, the women in my life did. Not my dad. My dad
Really?
never told me that shit when I was little. Not that I remember.
My parents both came from families that were maybe not the most like outward with their love. So I think that they were trying to change that. So they were very loving. You know, like saying I love you is a very normal thing with my family. Like I probably kissed my dad on the lips too old. Do you know
Is
what
there
I mean?
such thing?
Yeah, I think so. Like I think you reach a certain age. Like if our stubble's rubbing against each other, I think it's probably too old. You know.
I don't know, man.
No, but I guess what I'm saying is that it was very open and that environment was there. But I also think that came from like them being quite loving and affectionate. Now, I grew up in a dance studio, so like dance in and of itself is quite affectionate. It's tactile. You're like touching, holding, moving, like seeing them embrace was a kind of normal thing in life. So, but yeah, so that's what I assumed is normal, and like that's how I am in my relationships. Well, it depends, right? Like maybe
both my parents, they would tell me they love me. Yeah, but they got divorced early, so.
I mean, I'll
that
give you
kinda
a
switched
good
up.
example. So my mom's from Scotland. My dad went to Scotland for the first time. So it's one of the few stories my dad still has locked in his memory. You know, his memory is gone. But he always tells the story of my dad going to Scotland for the first time to meet my mom's family. And my mom comes from like very humble beginnings, the most humble beginnings. And then comes to America and becomes like 3-time U.S. ballroom dance champion, like this immense success, right? And he goes there, and there's no conversation about her success at all. There's nobody brings it up. Nobody even asks. There's no talk about what she's achieved. And it's her first time back in like years. And my mom was like, don't say anything. Don't bring it up. It's totally. And my dad was like appalled because he's enamored by this woman. He thinks that she's just the most magical human being, like comes from nothing and like built her success. But there's a perfect example. That's just not how they showed their love.
Yeah.
Now, if you ask my mom if she was loved from her family, she's like, I always felt I could go back. They would be there for me. They'd take care of me. They'd do whatever. She always felt there was love and support there, but it wasn't executed in the same way that maybe we would do here in America. You know, so yes, different cultures will behave differently. Because if you look at like Black Dominicans, for example, they're gonna love. Like Latin culture is just so full with love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your mother is so full with love. It's a beautiful thing.
Taylor's mom's filled with love.
She is. No. Can I correct myself?
But it could be you. It could be you.
So shut up.
Taylor, you the evil one.
I'm
yo.
not. No, don't do
I
that.
met your mom, yo. She's loving.
My mom is the most nice. She's very loving. But I'm saying when it came, stop. When it came to like raising us, like even my brother, we were having a discussion. Like they didn't want to be like, all right, see, I love you. Like that wasn't.
Why you crying
in
out
a
of one eye?
sentence? I'm not.
That's some crazy.
But I
Philly
remember.
shit, yo. She crying out of one eye.
This one still need to be.
No, but
gangster.
the only reason I'm saying stop. The only reason I'm saying that because I asked him like, how come we don't say we love each other, whatever. I asked them a long time ago.
Well, maybe they
but
don't
they
love
were
you,
like,
Taylor. I can see why.
stop. Look, but they were saying, they're like, we love you. I know it, but we don't say it
No,
enough. That's
I
all.
need to hear
There's
it.
a difference
That's what I'm
between
saying, yeah.
there's a difference between knowing it and like wanting that constant validation for it. You know, and we're humans. We do need reminders.
I need constant validation.
Yeah.
My wife is fully aware of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That shit is exhausting probably for her.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's not even just her. It's just all my peoples, they know. They're like, let them go ahead. Oh, yeah. You want to be seen. Hey,
Yes.
Like literally,
Yes.
that's how it is.
And remind them, this me wanting to be seen made
Yes.
us millionaires.
I would like to. It ain't even got to be about the money. It's just like, I was the kid who, would go out in the yard and get stung by a bee just for attention.
Yeah. And you turned that into something.
What?
Success.
What did Rachel point out? What did she say?
You were saying, you were like just staying there, like waiting for her to hug you. Like, you want me to hug you so you can leave?
Yes.
This guy's great.
See, with Rachel, that's somebody who known me for 13-something years.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. What the fuck? I need a hug before I go. God damn it. I don't want to make me think y'all hate me.
But isn't that crazy? Because most people probably never assume that about you. They'd be like,
What?
hey, man, this guy is the most confident dude in the world, and he's so self-assured. He could do anything. He could achieve anything. And deep down, you're going into certain interactions where you're like, hey, I need to know that y'all think that I'm great. You think I'm funny. You think I'm loved.
It's not even that. I just want to always, I want people to know I love them. I want people to know that I want you to love me as much as I love you.
Right. And
That's
you
what
feel
it
like
is.
they might not until they prove they do.
It's not even about the proving. I just want to feel it. I can't explain. I just want to feel it. I don't need you.
All good.
Like, it's something as simple as a hug. All I wanted was a hug. That's all I wanted. Rachel,
Why? What would that hug
because
do?
you never know. It's a Friday. Y'all going into the weekend. She going her way. I'm going mine. I'm not gonna see her this weekend.
Yeah.
Anything can happen, bro.
That's true.
Anything can happen. Like, tell your people you love them, hug them. You know what I mean? Like, you want if that is your last moments, like, make those moments meaningful. Like, that's just how I feel. And I feel like that with all my people. Like, I'm not such and such still here. All right, let me go say peace if I care about them. You know what I mean?
We're also at a certain age where we're like reflecting a lot more. And I think that the older we get within this, there's like a gratitude built in. We're so grateful.
Yeah.
You're so grateful you're able to achieve the things
That's
that
it.
you've been able to achieve, I've been able to achieve, and you're just so grateful for the people around you that helped you do that and loved you and supported you. So it's like, yeah, there's almost like a creepy, eerie feeling. We're at the age where people start passing away, like friends of ours that are older, but still like people we looked up to. And it's just,
man,
it feels fragile. Life
not
gets
even older,
fragile,
younger.
man.
Like, life feels fragile. That's exactly the best way to put it.
And the weirdest thing is you work so hard. Ugh, life is so funny.
You work so hard to realize
create
none of this shit matters.
Not even none of it matters because I don't subscribe to that because I think it does matter. I think it's beautiful what we've been able to create and do. But like you work so hard for security, and life has this way of reminding you that like there is no security. It's like if I want to do something, if I want to end this, I can end it like
right now.
And accepting that is the hardest thing in the world.
Also the most freeing though.
Oh God, it must be so
Also the
liberating
most
if
freeing.
you can accept
I'm
it.
getting.
Yeah.
I think I'm there now. It's also the most freeing. I don't want it to happen, especially after having all these goddamn cardiovascular tests over the last few months.
How'd those go?
They were good. I mean, it's just like the only thing I had was high cholesterol, but that's come down. And like my calcium test was like a 76, so it's like 10% plaque on my heart arteries. I mean, but
So you need to get that down too.
No, you can't.
Oh, that's just.
Oh
life.
no. Once that's there, that's there. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
I mean, I guess you can have surgery and stuff, but I'm not even to that point. Like I'm fine. Like I'm
Right.
like, and it's like that's a common thing, and doctors even call it coronary artery disease, but it's not like a fatal thing unless it was much higher. You know what I mean? Unless it was much more plaque built up on the walls of my arteries, but stuff like that. All of that stuff just does is make me appreciate life more.
Yeah.
And I think that's the moral of the story of what we're saying, right?
Yeah.
Just appreciate life more. Like even when you say the hug thing, it's like, yes, because I appreciate my people and I want them to know I appreciate them. You know what I'm saying? And when I leave them, I want to leave with The same way we greet each other all the time is how I want us to leave with each other. That's it. Like, I don't ever just want to rush out somewhere and you hear about something, you're like, what the fuck?
I feel that every time I go see my folks, I kiss my dad when I leave him, and it's like this weird feeling where it's like, I make sure I get that I love you. You know, I make sure I get that back from him.
Word
I make
up.
sure he hears me say
That's
it to
right.
him,
That's
and,
right.
and it's like,
that's right. That's the most important thing, man. That's all that matters, bro.
you know what? This episode turned out to be a really good episode. I was out of it in the beginning and maybe going through the motions, but sometimes being in like these states like allows you to have a more honest, real conversation. Like,
absolutely,
when everything's feeling really good, it's easy to continue and coast on that, and that's fun too. You're silly, you like talk about shit that doesn't matter, and that's fine too, and that's awesome. But sometimes when you're in a little bit more of a, I don't know, down state,
when you feeling pussy. What you mean? What you mean?
Why gotta be pussy?
What you mean? What do you mean? When you feeling a little vulnerable?
yeah, when you feeling
man.
pussy, yeah, that's it. That's it.
I just have to bring it back for the audience.
You really just channeled your dad just now. So he's like, all them
That
feelings.
was my dad.
That's
Nah,
pussy
that was
shit.
my dad. That was my dad. That was totally my dad. I remember, man. My dad was a wild boy. My dad wouldn't have said the P word. I tell you that much.
We know what he said. But yeah, it's just
My dad, I'm like, it's okay, man. Sometimes I feel like a maggot too. Like what?
I don't know. It's cool. It's cool to get to this. It's cool to get to. Shall we do some Asking Idiots?
If you want to, unless you just want to end on this note.
Oh, we could just end on this. This is beautiful.
I'm with this.
Okay, let's
Listen,
go.
man. Yes, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to express that you're not okay.
And sometimes expressing that gets you closer to okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holding that shit in is just a burden. Oof.
I'm with you, my brother.
Vomit.
As always, if you listen to this podcast, you think we're smart, you think we're intelligent, you think we're brilliant, you're absolutely right. But if you listen to this podcast, you think we're just a couple idiots who don't know shit, you're right too. It's the Brilliant Idiots Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Peace.